in this one, you are going to take this picture. This picture from the web page is from Digital Histology. I gave you the link. I just screenshot it. That's what Jen did, I think, for most of the digital histology. One thing though, when you do the screenshot, see how I accidentally had the red arrows left in there? Don't get the red arrows in there. And you are going to basically make it into one picture, A and B, like this one. So I actually lied. We're going to use this picture instead for the glomerulus. And we want the glomerulus, which is this structure right here. And we can actually see some red blood cells in there, which is really, really cool. We're going to maybe even try to label those red blood cells. Maybe not. So I lied. We're going to use this picture instead because we actually have some red blood cells in there so you could see them. And this outside is a little bit more clear than on the other one. So this one is just of the glomerulus. I selected the glomerulus. I'm going to make a new image. And then I am going to make it larger this direction. So I pretty much doubled the width and made it a little bit higher. Oops. And let's try that again. So I actually made it 1200 for the height. And we are going to take the electron micrograph. And again, you're not going to have these nice, beautiful red arrows on it. And we're going to paste it in as the other half. Voila, like so. And maybe make it a little bit bigger so it fits in there. Now, one thing I put on the end, and I'll repeat this at the end, if you want to show off and you have time, you could color these things I'm going to tell you to label. If not, don't worry about it. That's just something that seems like fun for me. So, and you could show off that you could colorize things, but you totally don't have to. So I'm going to keep it like this again, maybe make this a little bit larger. So we are going to label this one glomerulus. So A, glomerulus. So first off, you are going to label the glomerular capillaries. So they're in there. Those are the glomerular capillaries. Then this is a glomerular capillary, and maybe make it like this so they could see it's this whole thing. Same thing for this. This is all the glomerular capillary. Second glomerular capsule. It's only on this one right there. And then Bowman's space is this space in here and space in here. And like there's space also in here, but it's gonna be hard to point out. So that's Bowman's space. And like I said, it's tempting to have you label the blood cells here, but I don't want too much going on that picture. Also, like I tell my students, Bowman likes his name capitalized with an apostrophe S. When we had Canvas exams, that sent to all sorts of problems when they'd lowercase it with no apostrophe. I think there's 20 different combinations they came up with. Labeling this glomerulus electron microscope. So again, maybe do that before you put Bowman space there. And this one is actually histology 400 times. So what we want here is this beautiful thing, which is called a podocyte. This podocyte has these little tiny things called pedicles. These little tiny feet right here. Ooh, that's a beautiful pedicle right there. So these are the pedicles. And yes, they did call them feet. Pedicures on your foot. These look like little feet. That's why they got their name. This black blob is a red blood cell. That's why I came up with, oh, maybe you want to colorize it to show off. And then see how there are these little gaps right there? Like right there, these little gaps. Those are called fenestrations. Put it up here. I couldn't figure out a good place to put it, but these, let's try this again. So these spaces here are the fenestrations. So maybe do an arrow. I'm using Photoshop, not Illustrator, so those are the fenestrations. And We have the basil lamine. Let's try this again. So that's the basil lamine. And like I said, black and white is fine for this. If you want to show off, you can try to colorize it. So like blue is a nice color for a podocyte, and obviously red for the red blood cell, maybe yellow for the basil lamine. But again, only if you want to show off and you have the time to do it. Again, I'm looking for hours for you. And again, also maybe make the picture a little bit bigger as well. So that's more proportional, but that looks okay too. So thank you.